My name is Tania on the scene, and I'm here with you, Mr. Doitall Kelly. Now, Mr.
They all know Tania on the scene now. Don't be acting like they don't know no Tania on the scene.
Well, now they do because I'm with you.
How you doing today?
I'm great. I want to get to everything that you're doing. They call you do it all, and you do it all. So let's start off with Lords of the Underground.
True, do it all from Lords of the Underground.
That's right. Now, you're 1/3 of the trio, the hip-hop trio. So let's talk about LOTUG.
Yeah, they're my brothers, man. That's the foundation to everything in this entertainment game for me. There's Lords of the Underground, man, which people now say is the legendary group Lords of the Underground from the golden era. Myself, Mr. Funky Man, and DJ Lord Jazz. And we make up the trio Lords of the Underground.
Now, you guys are celebrating your 20th anniversary album, correct?
Yeah, 20th anniversary album. It dropped the end of the summer on iTunes, produced by legendary Marley Marl. He went back home, man. He's the one that was so influential in making all of our past hits. So we went back home just to give him a 20th anniversary album, man. And, you know, not really to compete with what's going on the radio right now, but just to continue to do what we love and give the fans that still come out to support us, you know, by coming to the concerts and by downloading material on the internet and just checking for videos. So we wanted to give them something new, and we gave them a volume 1 of a part 3 set. You know, we say this is our last hurrah as Lords of the Underground in the studio, making studio albums, but not as a group. You know, we'll stay performing as long as they want us to.
Gotcha. I was just listening to something loud. What's loud? Where did your music inspiration come from?
My musical inspiration comes from, my mother was a singer back in the day, and all she used to talk about was how she missed her opportunity to go on the Apollo. And I used to always hear her singing in the living room back in the day, from Etta James to Evelyn Champagne King to Marvin Gaye to James Brown to Sam Spade, Parliament Funkadelic. I used to always hear her singing different songs, and I felt like she had such a passion for it, and she always talked about how she missed her opportunity. Like, if she would have been on that Apollo, it would have just been over for her, you know? And I just felt like, you know, through her, seeing her passion, I just feel like the way that you learn something is the way that you get it. And I felt like I learned how to have passion for music through her passion for music. But one thing I also learned is that if I have that passion and I love something, not just music, but passion for anything, that I don't want to miss my opportunity. Like, I felt like she always, you know, complained that she did, you know, so that's where it came from, watching my mom's passion for the love of music.
It's a project that you're working on now that's called The Funeral to Bury Violence.
Well, The Funeral to Bury Violence, I mean, anybody that knows me know I'm from the Brick City, New Jersey. And New Jersey, we get a bad rap a lot of times.
What artists have you signed?
We have Kai Will. Kai Will is a new artist with an album right now on iTunes called Election Day, and it's doing amazing to me. I know a lot of people might not know who Kai Will is, but if you know, this guy is at almost 2,000 units since February, and when you look at that, you might say, oh, that's not a lot, but for 2,000 units and a guy to make, $10 a copy, you can do the math yourself. It's a decent amount of money doing what he loves when the world doesn't know him yet. So it's a growing process. It gives him a chance to really learn everything from the floor up. And we have a new artist that I just did a deal with Pendulum Records. That's who signed Lords of the Underground and Diggable Planets back in the day with my man Ruben Rodriguez over there. And the first artist coming out under that imprint, 211 Pendulum, is my man Bump Pro. Now, Bump Pro is a rock hop type dude. He mixes that rock with that hip hop. Incredible. And then we have the Phenom Cartel. And we also have Seneca the Misfit from Baltimore, Maryland. So we're kind of busy with the artists.
And this to me means so much because my best friend loves doing it. You also have a skateboarding company.
Yeah, that's I love that skateboarding joint too, man. I love the skateboarding. The skateboarding company is called LOTUG. My company alone, when I was by myself before I got with my partner Ian Haynes, was Lord Gang, and his company is Ink Flow. So we put it together when we got together with the skateboard company and called it LI, sort of like Long Island, but LI Decks. And it's amazing how the skateboard company takes a mind of its own, and it's kind of underground, and we sell about maybe 30 boards a month, which is not corporate so huge, but it keeps us in the mix. It keeps people, the underground skateboarders knowing who we are. And those decks, they're about $55 a pop, so 30 boards a month is decent, it's cool, but I really want to get bigger into the skateboard world and really have like the Mountain Dew games, some be supporting us, or have sponsorship with the Dew games, and maybe bring it to our city, North New Jersey, and other cities who don't get a chance to have that skateboard culture. I feel like the skateboard culture is like how underground hip-hop was in the early 90s or late 80s,
Basically, Mr. Do-It-All, Kelly. You do it all. So but I still have to ask though, what's next?
Well, what's next? We keep going. Sometimes when I get involved in something, I don't really just get involved for the top layer or the surface layer, so to speak. I kind of want to know what's making it work and why is it working, and how can we add on and how can we do something different. Which doing that can bring a lot of extra work. As far as the acting, I was going to a lot of auditions, and I was seeing the same people in the New York area. Even when I lived in LA, I would see typically the same people at the auditions. And there's not a lot of roles for black males in Hollywood, or TV. You get about maybe 20 people who you see at the auditions all the time, and it's the same people when they rotate them. And what I decided, I said, you know what? I want to start producing the movies and the television and film, and then putting our own people into these movies. And then I said I could put myself into the movies instead of always going to an audition. But by doing that, I started casting. So we have a casting company within 211. We started producing. We started directing. We started doing all of that. So we have a new TV show that we just shot the pilot for last week. It's I like to call it a conversation show, but it's a talk show inside a barbershop. And it's called In the Chair. It's hosted by my man J.D. Williams, who played Bodie on The Wire. And we had some great guests. We had some great guests come through, man, like Michael Bivins from New Edition BBD fame. Great actor. Yeah. I just got off the phone with Mike, actually. And we had Tobias Trevelyan, who's an incredible actor he was in Hitch. He was in Brooklyn's Finest. He played Vincent something on One Life to Live. I wasn't a big daytime watcher, but he played with the black guy. Vincent on One Life to Live. And we had Tretch from Naughty by Nature. We even had Freedom Williams from CNC Music Factory. We had a great guest for the pilot, man. And I'm looking to go into these meetings with Viacom soon and see what they're talking about. So
that's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome. I want to make sure that there are so many rules because you're doing so much. But so if everyone goes to 211mediagroup.com, is that where we can find all the information of what you're doing, your community does, and everything that you're involved with?
Yeah, you can go to 211mediagroup.com, and that is the actual numbers, 211mediagroup.com. You can, for Lords of the Underground, anything Lords of the Underground, you can go to LOTUG 20. That's 20. LOTUG20.com. LOTUG 20. Celebrating over 20 years in the game. And, you know, always hit me on Twitter or Instagram at Do It All. Do It All is just like it's spelled, but that's Do It All Do. And the last do is DU. So Do It All just like it's spelled in DU. And yeah, you can catch me doing a bunch of things. Definitely.
Okay, dude, it's been a pleasure. I thank you so much for all the information that you shared, for all the work that you're doing. Keep up the great work, and I'm looking forward, we are all looking forward to so much more coming from you and your channel.
Let them know out there, if they not on the scene, they ain't on the scene with Tania, you know what I mean? Word up.
That's right.
Tania on the scene, y'all.
Thanks, dude, I appreciate it.
Alright, tell Jack stinking ass I said what up, too.